No, amore, perché comincia a fare freddino. Mettiti anche la maglietta. Ok? Vai, mettila. Ehi! Mazza il vento.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Well, here come the Bills, and you don't have to look hard to find their fifth-year star QB, taken 7th overall back in 2018. Josh Allen.
Buffalo gave Allen the most guaranteed money in league history before the start of last season, and boy, did he justify it by playing at an elite level. Once again, taking the Bills to 11 wins and another division title. Along the way, he threw for over 4,400 yards again and ran for 760 with 42 total touchdowns for a top-5 offense. They were knocked down in overtime thriller against Kansas City in the playoffs, and they will be one of the favorites to win the AFC this season.
Right back to Singletary on second down. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of these defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Allen. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
A nice effort and an even nicer stop from Kwity Paye. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because
and he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. Well, they started the drive back up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They're led out by the southpaw Tua Tagovailoa in his 3rd season now out of the University of Alabama. Quick throw out wide, and Pierce has got it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it, got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. And they just acquired him a new ball carrier. What do you think of the acquisition?
I like it. Maybe not the big-time player, big-time impact you're looking for, but someone who wants to prove something and find a new home.
On play action, here's Tua. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive going right here.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now this throw caught left side. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Tua gonna throw. The quick slant caught. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll run with Mostert, and he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive
No, amore,
with a
grazie.
kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Benissimo, la prendo questa.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be
Bene,
more
amore.
confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession.
Attenzione.
Quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
A first throw for the backup, Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Off of play action. Tonga by Lowell.
And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Naeem Hines, a 6-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On second down, Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away.
Amanda, ti devi andare a mettere il pigiama. Anita, anche tu! Per favore! Forza che andiamo a letto tutti insieme. E chissà dove può stare.
Really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the third.
Più o meno. Dai, a mettersi il pigiama. Anita.
Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Dai, fatti a vestire. Lo so. Vai.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And out of bounds right around the 20. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. Throw left side complete to QT. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Now they'll run the option to the short sideline.
Ho sbagliato tasto.
They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Grande mo.
Here's Mostert. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Well,
Mostert, ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, fans of old school football, they got to be loving this partner. All 3 drives so far have ended in a touchdown, and all 3 on the ground.
And when you say fans of old school football, count me in, because you just don't see ground games dominate the scoring by pounding the rock like this anymore. To me, this is refreshing.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Bills ready to take over. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ball game.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, Charles, now we take a look here at their 2022 draft class. No first-round pick for them this year, but it seems like they're able to overlook that, at least in talking to them, with the type of upside that they found on days 2 and 3.
Now, you're right about that. No first-round pick, maybe. But there was a point where their top selection did have his name thrown out. There was a possible first-rounder. So now, as you described, they're hoping they can develop those traits and get a couple of difference makers out of the middle rounds.
Throwing on third down, Keenum.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. Rodgers on the return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. Taken down at the 42.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Mostert.
No, devo andare
At the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Now Tua. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding. And that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different
Ora passo io, amore, lasciala là.
Always
Ci penso io.
sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Tua. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to pass. Tua.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good.
And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing is Keenum. And Diggs has it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Keenum right back to Cook for another completion. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Keenum on 3rd down. And Cook has it left side.
And he is going to have a Bills first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Here's Keenum. That's to Cook out of the backfield.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
It's complete to Tavon Austin. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Boy, a rough crowd. No football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. Now Tua on the bootleg here. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They hand it off to Mostert. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Nice satisfying run up first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. He's got room at the 30, and he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 26. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads.
Pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Shaq Lawson picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Bills will take over here as they get it up to the 33-yard line.
To start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Cook up the gut. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. Looking for Austin, intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the handoff, this is Mostert. 77 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Mostert. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Raheem Mostert,
a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bills getting set to go.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now a third down throw, and it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now.
Alma,
He's on to punt
vado in
for
pigiama,
Buffalo.
per favore. Apri bene quelle mani quando palleggi.
Rodgers to return it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
Now, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
Here's Mostert.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's the option play now to the left. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. From the gun, it's Tua. Open man is QT, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That third down conversion good for 23.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Here's Hines. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Colts have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
15 yards there for number 15. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Keenum. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman. Moves they need to do to set him up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on second and long. Keenum looking left side, and he's got a man. That's good. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And some space here. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Dai, papà.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle.
No.
So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Boy, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision.
He's going to let this one go deep.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
After the interception, here's Ryan.
And this will be swung out for Lindsey. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held into an okay game.
And this offense on third down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Ryan. A little check down to Lindsey.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. To throw again on second down. Keenum. And that's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Keenum going to try and throw on third down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. At issue here, does the football make...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now Ryan. And it's caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
On 2nd and goal. Ryan,
a quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points.
Looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Colts add 6 more to their point total.
And they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw is Keenum. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. On 1st down, Keenum. Looking sideline, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Rodney McLeod drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the 4th quarter.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Another run by Lindsey.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll give up the middle to Lindsey. 42 yards on the ground for him so far.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go with Lindsey up the middle, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Fans usually love to see.
The players on your team earn quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game.